Hey, how's it going? I'm Links, and today I'm going to show you how to get at least 9,000 points against Belgius on hell difficulty for week 50. So this is the team we're going to use, and we're going to use it because the missions are quite annoying. So one of the missions is we need to clear it with a team of female heroes, and all our units are of course females. Now we need to also inflict rupture damage to the enemy 4 times, and that's why we're using Ram here, because she has a AoE rupture card. And then we also need to use combined attacks 2 times. So that's why we have Merlin here, because she has a combined attack. Now what a combined attack is, so if you look at their ultimates, if they have like a thing here where it's like 2 ultimates. The second one is the combined attack, so Merlin together with Arthur constitutes a combined attack, so it deals a little bit more damage if you like compare the percentages. That's basically it. Like, you need to ult with a ult like that twice. A better team than this would be if you have the blue Diane built up. So you have her built up because she also has a rupture card, so she would work for that mission. She's also a giant, of course. And she also has a combined attack, so like you can use both Merlins and you can use Diane's ultimates to like count for that mission, and you need to like use 2 ultimates for the mission. And having only 1 hero with combined attacks means that you have to like save a bunch of cards and move them around, waste a bunch of time, you know. So if you actually use this Diane, and then you can use the blue Matrona here, because blue Matrona's passive increases giant allies basic stats by 25%, and I think if you have her holy relic, I'm not gonna waste any wolf holy relics on her, but if you have her holy relic, she's gonna increase the giant allies basic stat by a further like 25%, so 50% basic stat increase to 3 of your units, which is gonna increase like the overall score you can get. You don't really need it, like you can use this straight up like basic team. What I'm gonna do is I need to change this Tarmiel, because I don't accidentally want to, you know, debuff the enemies. I need them to actually stay buffed there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat all HP food. But yeah, this is the team we're going to use. I'm not going to like level up the other Diane and the Matrona just for this video or just for this team. I'm not like super hardcore into guild boss. I just want to get like 9,000 points, and that's going to be it, right? So with this team, if you complete all the missions, like you'll get 9,000 points. If you complete all missions but one, you'll get like 8,000 points. But this team can easily complete all missions, and I'll just show you how to do it. So the gear that I have on them is attack crit on Skadi, because that's the only like URPs I have for her. I could go HP defense, I guess, but that's her gear. She always has it, and I don't replace it with anyone. And it's like super poorly rolled. But Diane is running HP defense, so is Ram, and so is Merlin. HP defense on all of those. I'm running HP food, and I've auto set the cards at 2 HP. So let's just jump into it and see how it goes. Like, there are a few things like you wanna make sure that you do. One of them is you want to save the rupture card with Ram until at least turn 3 or 4, because at turn 3 the right hand mob is going to buff up all enemies, and he does this every 3 turns, I believe. So he's gonna use this card, which can increase their basic stats, but they are of course gonna get buffs, and he does it every 3 turns here, right? So you want to save this rupture card until that point, because the mission states that you need to inflict rupture damage on the enemy 4 times, and because there's 3 enemies, you only need to use like 2 of these rupture cards if at least 2 of them are alive, right? So because using 1 card is gonna count 1, 2, 3 if they're all alive. If 2 of them are alive, it's gonna be 1, 2, and then you like need to use another one. So we're gonna save this card, but what we're gonna do here is we're gonna attack like this just to like debuff Skadi, because her passive is going to reduce the enemy's attack and defense by 8% for every debuff on herself, and it's gonna increase our allies damage dealt by 15% for every debuff on the hero. I do believe that he is gonna use this debuff right here. He's gonna disable attack skills. Like, I don't want him to disable any of my attack skills, because I do want to use them whenever I can. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna taunt up, attack into him, and then we are gonna freeze him with this Merlin. Now of course you can replace like any of these units with some other female units, but just beware that if you're using any like angels, demons, or humans, then they're gonna take a lot more damage from these 3 enemies, you know. They each have like passives that increases the others like damage to those specific races. So what you want to keep in mind, like you want either use like unknown units like Merlin and the Ram, or you want to use giants like Diane, Skadi, and Matrona, or you want to use like a fairy type unit like Elat, no, not Elat, Elaine. So those are the ones you want to use. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get Merlin's ultimate. Unfortunately, we did not get any other mergers, like merging this stun here that we can use to actually stun this unit. He's going to decrease our, is it basic stat or all stat? I think it's basic stat by 5%, but because he's applying a debuff to us, that's also going to decrease the enemy's attack and defense by 5%, or 8% and increase our attack damage, I guess, by 15% because of Skadi's passive. Now we do have one combined attack here, and we're gonna fire it off on turn 3 right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fire it off. Now, of course, there are other ways, like ultimates give you quite a lot of points. I believe they give like 50 or 60 points. So using ultimate moves is gonna give us a lot of points. Like other ways you can get points is to remove enemy buffs using buff removal skills, such as this card right here, which removes buffs. But you do want to be careful that you don't use it, because you see right now this mob is going to like apply the buffs to all of the enemies, but you do want to use 2 rupture card before you actually start like removing the enemy's buffs. But what we're gonna do is, so I'm gonna attack that one. We're not gonna bother too much with like dealing too much damage right now. It is only turn 3. Next turn is gonna be turn 4, and we do have 8 turns to actually complete this. So I might just go for Diane's ultimate as well, and then we will just move a ram card, because if we can get their ultimates and like ult the boss, of course we're gonna get more points as well. So all right, we did not kill that one, and I mean that could work out quite well for us. Like the more damage we deal with Diane with her ultimate, the more like damage of course we're gonna deal overall, and of course heal back. That's really nice. So they are all buffed, and if we use 2 of these, that's gonna complete that mission, right? So then I will just fire off the ultimate, and we will fire off a stun as well. Now we will get Ram's ultimate, and like using ultimates and dealing a lot of damage with ultimates is of course gonna increase the amount of points we get. So here we actually got a lot of points. So yeah, as you can see, we've gained quite a lot of points, and of course once we actually complete all the missions, this is going to give us a lot of points. So here what we can do is we can just start moving some Merlin cards. I will just move this card like this, and then we're gonna freeze that unit. This is turn 5. Next turn is gonna be turn 6, and after that we have like 2 more turns to kill the boss by perhaps even firing off as many ultimates as we possibly can, while also like trying to get either Skadi's or Diane's ultimate to sort of make sure we get as much points as we possibly can. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna use that ultimate. I'm gonna use her card. I'm gonna use this card to remove that buff right there, give us a little bit more points, and I will merge with Diane. That way we can get Diane's ultimate again. Alright, that killed that mob there. Now we do have the ultimate again with Merlin there. So that's gonna be our second time actually using a skill with combined attacks. So that's gonna give us another 25% total score. Now we just need to make sure that we can clear within 8 turns, and then just clear it, you know. So, but if we can clear it with more HP, then of course we're gonna like get more points, you know. So there we go with that. And we'll taunt up. And we will just use one of these. Like his barrier doesn't really matter. If you just attack with strong enough attacks, you're always gonna hit like damage cap anyway. So here we go. Now we got Diane's ultimate. We can fire it off for some additional points. And next turn is gonna be turn 8, so it's the final turn. We won't be able to get any more points. Yeah, I probably won't attack with these because it's gonna reduce Skadi's total HP, which we don't really want to do. But what I can do is let's just get a victory scream with Ram. Why not? I think this is gonna kill, right? Hopefully. Alright, we did cancel... no, we didn't. But we still cancelled it, the stance there. Hi, Kokoro-sama. Alright, well that's the video. That should be 9,000 points, 9.8k. Easy, you get all the rewards for the week, and you don't really have to do this anymore. So yeah, that's the video. Hope you liked it, hope you found it helpful. Thanks for watching, and I guess I catch you in the next one. Bye.